Anybody else?
I just want to ask about the refinery fire down in LA that's expected to send gas prices higher. Is there anything you're doing right now?
It was just moments ago getting a briefing on the incident that occurred apparently late last night, the impacts that it may or may not have as it relates to the spot market and the impacts that I am aware of in the spot market, but the longer term impacts as it relates to gas prices still need to be determined. And so that information is forthcoming. It was a Chevron refinery down in Southern California. It was impacted. As many of you know, this is a challenging time for refineries around the globe, not just in the state of California. And so it is an area of real sensitivity as it relates to the concerns around gas prices. And I want to just applaud, because it would be remiss, considering who's to my right and the people behind me, in a bipartisan manner, the work that the legislature did in the bills that I signed just a week ago in relationship to the anxiety around supply, security, and affordability. And I appreciate the legislature's sense of urgency to address that issue in a very comprehensive way this year. But we have work to do in the Valero refinery, and that I can assure you is a tall task that has consumed members of my administration, led by those that are at the California Energy Commission, by the way, beneficiaries of the legislation I signed today, and a task force that is working overtime, led by a remarkable gentleman by the name of Siva, who is hoping to come up with a strategy to address that concern in particular.
Just quickly, will you switch to the winter blend of the gasoline earlier to kind of make up for those?
Yeah, we make those recommendations come from the experts, the California Air Resources Board and others around this time. It's a good question and timely question around October, November. I think, on that issue, we make that judgment on an annual basis. And I think 3 out of the last 4 years or 2 out of the last 3, we've moved very quickly to do just that. There's a deeper question about that whole process that also is under review. And you may have seen we also just signed some legislation around ethanol as well to address some of the mix in our fuel supply, to address some of the price and affordability. But no, that decision should be made with recommendations forthcoming from CARB very, very shortly.